for another review today. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Soundtrack by Sven Faulconer. My number one consideration when reviewing soundtracks from movies is how the music works independently of the film. It can work well in context, but when you're judging the music purely as a solo creation, as something, as I say, away from the movie, without the distraction of dialogue and sound effects, you have to get different values out of it. And indeed, this proves to be the case with Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. For the first third of this score, it's rather slow. It's not really until the hunt begins and sisters escape that it kind of settles into a groove with which Faulconer is much more comfortable. I was very taken with Faulconer's work on Hellboy the Crooked Man, but that quality proves more elusive in Ready or Not 2. There's good music here, to be sure, and I imagine that the slow measures in the first part of the score are justified when watching the film. Just as an album experience, it does tend to drag its feet a little bit. In the opening track, which is nearly 10 minutes long, I thought, my first impression looking at that was, he's going to come out of the barn storming here, but alas, it wasn't for like 6 minutes that it really started to amp it up. Yes, he's adapting what Brian Tyler did in the first film, of which I'm vaguely familiar. As I say, I didn't review the first score on my channel, but yeah, this is an interesting one. The Hunt Begins does remind me a little of Elliot Goldenthal. I think where the strengths of this lie are in moments where the suspense shifts into more of an action guise, and it becomes, as I say, much more invigorating as a listener. When it's purely suspense, I think the score is way too long, just to be fair. I mean, an hour and 25 minutes, you could cut that down to 45 easily. And at the risk of sort of echoing my contemporary Christian Clemenson of Film Track's website, who often says, in cases like this, you could basically take 15, 20, maybe 25 minutes of highlights and put that into a little playlist, and I think that's very much what one would need to do with Ready or Not 2 to really get the most out of it. I give the score 3 out of 5 stars, some good stuff, not sure on its durability or how often I come back to it, some good stuff, not on quite the same level, obviously, as Hellboy the Crooked Man. For more film, soundtrack and book reviews, please visit my Facebook pages. I am Richard Jack Smith, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.